All right. Greetings, everyone. Thanks for joining another episode of Chaotic Comic Book Cover Displays and More with Friends. And today, once again, I got my good friend Rob, Cheap Comic Book Collector, co hosting. I got Will, Cupo
Hey guys.
Comics, co hosting as well. And Mike, Easy Comic Reader, man. It's all good, brother. If you're watching this, it's all good, man. You're a co-host too. And Mike is just right now, he's just really, really busy doing some righteous work, you know, what he does for a living. It's pretty awesome. So, yo, Jim, what up, brother? So yeah, I'm gonna and also Z was first. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go first. I might have something coming up, and then I'm going to switch it over to you guys. But here we go. I got another round of comics from my friend Dave. This time they weren't a quarter each, however, they were more like 65 cents. But he paid for lunch this time, though. So I had to throw that one in there, right?
Had to offset the price.
Yeah. So 1976. I got a magazine size here. Space.
That looks familiar.
Yeah. Space. 1999. It's like I want to keep you guys
like 5 minutes ago.
It's like I want to keep you guys on the screen. I don't want to just like go big, but maybe I'll go big here. And I always love
number one,
these
isn't
up.
it?
Yeah. Yo, Roger, thanks for being here. Hello, Danielle. Awesome. Really appreciate you guys being here. But yeah, we'll just open up this Space 99. It's an old magazine. I think these are definitely back in vogue as far as collecting. I know I'm interested from watching all these YouTube channels, you know. I see these magazines now. I go for it. You know, it's just so much fun.
Oof, nice.
Yeah, these are really cool.
Those pages look white.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Dave did good, man. We'll do one more here, and then I'll move it on. I should. This is This is the back. The backup story. So I thought the art was better on that one. So oops, I gotta do this. I need my space where I could drop this stuff. All right, now here we go with the next one, and it's 1974. Is this Kirby? It certainly looks like it. Kamandi, the Last Boy on Earth, number 21. And I found this at a Half Price Books. Pretty dang cool.
Oh, nice.
Nice white pages. Well, it's not the whitest of white, but you know. That's a good look at that.
Yeah, but it could be a lot worse than that.
Well, yeah, you've been seeing them lately, haven't you? Come in, and I do have probably a beat up copy of an older book in here, but yeah, man, this is looking tight.
Nice.
But I'm only going to do a couple here, and I'm going to turn it over to Rob next soon so I can check out the chat, what the chat's doing. Check out our other YT friends. Oh, you guys, you know, I got for $1. This guy it was Half Price Books, and so they checked the cover, and the price wasn't on the cover. So he said, I'll give it to you for $1. I'm like, okay, let's do a power bomb.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, number one. I don't know if this is a B cover or something. Daniel Warren Johnson. I guess this was a big hit, you guys. So I'm very happy that I got this for $1. I'm sure you guys know all about him now. He's been doing Transformers, right?
Yep.
And making a big splash there. I do like some wrestling. You know, I'm not all over modern wrestling, or I do like the classic 80s stuff, you guys. I think those characters are funny, and it was serious business back in the day.
There's a show on Vice called The Dark Side of Wrestling. I watch that a lot. Wrestling's very, very serious, very dark business.
Oh, was that a documentary, The Dark Side, or were you?
It's called The Dark Side of Wrestling. It's actually an ongoing series, and every week they cover like a different wrestler.
Oh, cool.
So sometimes it's unknown independent guys, and sometimes it's guys as big as like Hulk Hogan or something like that. So
cool.
Interesting show.
All right, you guys. So I'm going to switch it over now to Rob, Cheap Comic Collector, so I can say hi to people in the chat. And yeah, so take it away, Rob.
All right, so I'm just gonna keep showing magazines, just like I did last week.
Cool.
I wanted to see inside some of them, so I got bags and boards in this week, so they're all bagged and boarded now. But these particular ones I took out because I knew I was going to be showing them, and I didn't want the glare. So
there you go.
One series I didn't show last week is 1994 from Warren. And not going to show you the insides because it's an adult magazine. There is a lot of nudity in there.
Oh,
but it is tastefully done for the most part.
Family-friendly show.
Frank Thorne has a serial in them that he does.
The Jackson Roy Kirk.
The artwork that I thought was better than Frank Thorne.
Awesome, buddy.
But they're very cool.
Nice.
There's not a whole lot of. Yeah.
We
Magazine
went
of
from
the future.
1999 to 1994. Awesome. I think a lot of the guys had the complete Space 1999, Roger and the Jackson Roy Kirk. Love that guy. Dude has a good personality online here. Those are wonderful, Rob.
So it kind of sucks that I can't show you the art inside because there is some really cool art in these.
19.
You can't. It's really nudity.
No, get into the
all
Conans, and they're just kind of in the middle of the run.
Okay.
Yeah.
Steven Spock, thank you.
I would have to
us.
look pretty hard to find a page that didn't have anything.
Yeah.
Actually, there was one page
It's
here.
a lot of work.
I thought I could get away with showing you. Yeah, that's not the right one. Maybe it was in the first one I showed.
Roger's got a big ego, huh?
Yeah, here we go.
No, he doesn't.
So this is the artwork from some of them. There's no nudity on this page, but
excellent.
But that's typical of the artwork throughout all of them. So really just fantastic art in these things. Going the wrong way.
It's okay. The mirror image. Roger's ego survived yesterday.
Yeah, not all of the magazines would fit in the boxes now that they're boarded. So I guess I got like a handful of Conans here too that wouldn't go back in the box.
Cool.
So you got 115. And then let's see. I mean, I can just open it and show you any page. Really, the artwork is just fantastic in these things. So
nice.
Yeah, man. So you're sitting on a whole.
And then some of them too. Some of them have like little portfolios in the back too that are just like kind of pin-up pages and stuff. So, there's some stuff on some of the back covers. Although I think in this era they were a lot of just ads on the back. But
I remember that one. A lot of these I just passed them by. The Savage Sword is a great mag. Yeah.
They're they're just amazing. I can't look through them too much, or I'm going to want to keep them.
Well,
I want to keep them already, but yeah, I got to talk myself into selling them. So
yeah,
I mean that's just that's just amazing,
Yeah.
And it saddens me to look at this and think that, the artwork in modern comics isn't more like this. It seems like the quality has gone down somewhat on a lot of it.
I think it's the coloring. I think it's the digital coloring that I still like.
Sometimes,
it, but not like it's. Yeah, sometimes you're right. Yeah, sometimes it's really bad. Look at that. I love that splash. It's beautiful.
The details and everything are just. There's more detail in one panel of this than there is in an entire modern day comic some of the time.
Yeah. It's
amazing to me how much work went into these. I hope these guys were paid a mint for this because these are fantastic.
And that's the tragedy. A lot of them were. It was just like it was a day job. It seemed on the surface to be like a dream job, but
right.
I guess.
Got Joe Jusko art on this one on the cover. There's a pin up on inside the front. And they still had letters pages and sometimes there'd be a text article or something in them, and it's just if they did a magazine like this today, it'd be $15-$20 an issue probably.
Thanks, Jackson Roy Kirk. Thanks for coming here, man. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi.
Very nice page.
Wondrous inks, just heavy inks.
Of course, some of it is that it's printed bigger too, so you can appreciate the detail more, I guess.
Yeah, Higgy would study those Savage Swords like he was cramming for SATs. I don't know what you like better, Higgy, Hawkman or Conan?
Yeah.
And there's just amazing stuff. Or if anybody, I saw that Hip Comics just I saw an auction today on Hip Comics for the entire set. If anybody's looking for it.
What, Hip has the entire set?
You can't afford the entire set. You can buy these issues from me. So.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's just that, and then once in a while they put the story. The story would actually end on the last page.
Cool.
It's just, look how Conan's standing out. That almost looks like it's
it pops right out.
It's just amazing.
Wow, it's like 3-dimensional. It's insane.
Well, the person who let these go on Hip Comic didn't necessarily know what they had.
Yeah, well, they definitely. The fact that I got 2 number 1s and all that other stuff I showed last week is just ridiculous. Yeah. But it's just, well, that's not nudity, but that's pretty darn close.
Yeah, when that Conan was popping out of the page, it almost looked pasted on. You're right, Roger. It almost did.
Yeah, I couldn't, and the only reason I noticed it was because I saw it on the camera, and I was like, "Dang, that looks really good."
Yeah.
Just looking at it, it didn't look as great. This is just a random page, but
well, that's what half of it is. Just I love rewatching the videos where I open up the books. I'm like, yeah, my God, look at this,
Yeah. I haven't even read any of these. I've just been looking at the artwork as I've been bagging and boarding them. And it's just so incredible.
Beckerman saying, "Hey, Cuppy."
Hey, Beckerman. What's
Beckerman,
up?
thanks for being here.
But yeah, I really should do an episode with my overhead camera where I'm just flipping through every page and showing the whole thing because these are just amazing.
Yeah.
I could make a whole nother series out of these things.
Yeah, people love looking at the inside of these old magazines, especially, Barry Windsor Smith and all this goodness that, like I said,
Yeah.
I passed by when I was younger.
Here's one with some of the. I thought that was enough. I guess it's just the start of the next story.
Wow, look at that.
It's just amazing to me.
Yeah, Roger agrees. You should do that.
Wow, that's crazy.
Wow.
And we'll save some more for next time. But
Okay.
yeah, it's just incredible.
Yeah, thanks for sharing those. Yeah,
to me, how amazing these are.
Cool. You ready, Will?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. You gonna start out with new or old?
Let's start off with something in between.
Okay. All right.
Mostly new.
I know
but not today's stuff.
Not today's stuff. Okay.
I have today's stuff. You know what? Let's start off with today's stuff. Let's get it.
Do you, man? Do what you want to do. It's all good.
No, I kind of want to get into today's stuff.
Okay.
So
cool.
All right. So we'll see that. But today was actually, there was a lot of books that came out today. So we got a decent amount of books.
Awesome.
And we start off with Gods by Jonathan Hickman, number 7.
Yeah, so far I'm still reading that and don't know what the point is, but
exactly.
I'm still reading it.
Yeah. I talked to my comic shop guy and I go, and he's also reading it. I go, I like it. I'm reading it. I know what's happening, but I really don't know what's happening. And he's like,
I don't
exactly.
know
So, but I think part of it is the characters in this. They're really cool characters. Like,
yes, I do enjoy the characters, most of them. Yeah. Exactly. That Win character hasn't won me over yet.
Right. He's a little bit out there. He's wacky.
Oh, I like the idea of him. He's just always like smug, always.
Yeah, he's Doctor Strange with more of an attitude. If it's possible.
I'm sure he'll grow on me.
Right. We also picked up the I don't know why I guess because it's 60 years of Daredevil, but this is Legacy issue number 670. So they turned it into a
$10 book.
Yeah. So $9.99. Yep.
$10 and nothing really significant happens, right?
No.
Oh, you haven't read it yet.
I haven't picked it up, and I don't think anything significant happens in here. But they do have a lot of creators. So the creator list was pretty big. So Saladin Ahmed's in here with Aaron Kruger on art, and he's kind of writing, the ongoing series. And then Ken Lashley is the artist on another one. Ken Lashley does a lot of cool covers.
Yeah, I like Lashley.
So I thought, why not pick it up, see what's happening. I mean, there's some cool art in here. Daredevil's cool.
I jumped out after Zdarsky's run. Yeah,
Chip really did a bang up job. I liked his first volume a lot more than the second one, but overall it was a solid book.
Yeah, it was good. The second one kind of, I don't know, it was huge in scope, and I don't think it really delivered that punch that.
Right.
But whatever. I like when he's just a street, guy. Daredevil's been through so much, though, right? I mean, he's even possessed and became a bad guy one time.
Right. He was like Heimdall for a little bit. He had the sword and was able to control the Rainbow Bridge. There's a lot of stuff.
Yep.
I got Man's Best, number 2. This is the unlockable variant. So your store had to order a couple of different covers, and then you got this. They got this cover. So that's really the only thing. Not every store got this cover, but it's a quirky story. For those of you who don't know, it's about three space pets, or 3 pets who end up in space with their scientist owner. They're looking for, a new place to live. And the spaceship gets taken down by these like alien robots, and they can't find their owner. So these robots, while in space, were training with these like, these suits. They wear these suits. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. The whole premise is a little weird. Like you're training your pets to also, be combat ready.
But these pets are more intelligent, obviously, in this world, right? Than your
right. Well, they can communicate with each other. Yeah, the cat is actually forget her name.
Pretty good.
Yeah, between the month, this book actually comes out monthly, if not every 5 weeks. So it's not like today's books where it feels like ASM's coming out every other week.
Right.
So
yeah.
Kind of forgot between the 30 to 40 comics I read in between, or possibly more. I kind of forgot the name of the animals, but the cat is actually like the leader. And they all have their own special abilities in their suits. It's a quirky book. It's fun. I bought it. Just I think
it sounds like the old Disney movie updated in space.
Yeah.
Little Disney movie called The Incredible Journey, where there's 2 dogs and a cat that have to travel miles and miles and miles to get back to their owners. That's what it sounds like, except it's in outer space.
In outer space, right? What is that? Homeward Bound? Is that another one?
Yeah, that was like a updated version of the Incredible Journey one.
Yeah. All right, this is another pet-centric book. This is Feral. This is the B cover. So it's horror poster cover. So this is Friday the 13th, I think. Jason, not Jason, Freddy Krueger.
Oh yeah, the homage covers.
Yeah, so this is the they did the same thing with the other series that they did, which I'm drawing a blank on the name of it right now. But
what up, Mellow Dope? Thanks for being here, man.
Mellow Dope in the house. What's up, Dope? So
but that is actually not a sequel, but it's the same creators that did the what was the other one called? Do you remember? It was a big smash hit. I don't remember.
Drawing a blank on it. Somebody out there.
I watched Rock and Robbie, so I know this stuff. Right?
This is Trish Forstner and Tony Feeks. What was the name of their series? If I just look up Trish Forstner, it'll probably come up.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a pretty good series. This one, it's called Feral because it's basically there's a really bad strand of what do you call that? For some reason, I started thinking like herpes and hepatitis. I'm like, that has nothing to do with it. My brain went somewhere else.
Right.
Rabies has to do with rabies.
Yeah, your brain went somewhere else, right?
So basically, there's a really bad Stray Dog was the name of the other series, bro.
That's it, Stray Dog, yeah.
That was and they did like these horror covers, but basically it starts off with these cats were basically not kidnapped, but they're taken by animal control from home because there's a bad case of rabies going around, and any animal that's outside is going to get snatched. So these guys were basically snatched off their front yard. Make a long story short, that passenger vehicle ends up crashing. This whole leap of cats escapes, and then they start getting attacked by like wild animals in nature because this specific strain of rabies is spreading like wildfire.
Wow.
So these 3 cats, plus like a whole herd of other cats, but it's basically 3 main characters, are again searching for their owners and a way home.
Cool.
So seems like the main theme for animal comics this week.
Well, it's funny that you have that one. We have Stray Dogs, but then around the same time as Stray Dogs, or right before it was it Stray? When it was just a cat. It was the psychedelic romp. It was so awesome. I should actually pull that out and reread that.
Yeah, and then here's the animal control is about to, I guess, take care of the animals. So we'll get into that.
Chop in the house. What up, Chop?
Sup, Chop? Daniel, my dude. All right. We will save these books. All right. So here's another one.
Okay.
Detective Comics. So, just not it's not a good week without Batman, I guess.
No, I guess not. I stopped reading Detective. I started it over.
Yeah, it got very convoluted.
I just
a
started
lot
losing.
of things were happening.
I started losing. I started not remembering it from month to month, which
Right.
Yeah,
so there was just so much happening with the Orgums coming in, and that there's like these asthmas that they can put these beasts in your ear, and it just gets to be a lot. So
yeah, and Barbados, but that is it. The asthma doing the Barbados, but because he found the that music. What do you call it?
The music box or whatever it was. Yeah. Got to go back and read it.
That's
but
what
the artwork in this is pretty good. I'm gonna have to start over like you did.
Yeah.
Because it's packed with a lot. And then at some point Batman gets taken and they're gonna like execute him, and then Catwoman comes up with like a heist plan to like get him out of it. Out of the whole thing. So there's a lot.
What was throwing me too is like you had Barbados infecting his mind, detective, and then you had Zur-En-Arrh, right, and the Batman title, and so it wasn't making sense to me because whenever Bruce Wayne's mind would be compromised, the Zur protocol is supposed to come out,
right?
And so, and I know the stories aren't necessarily concurrent, to each other, but I don't know. I had to straighten that stuff out,
No, it totally makes sense. Right. Like with everything that's so much in continuity these days, you expect them to be able to sort that out. And, maybe Zur-En-Arrh would make a
Zodiac is asking, is it a good time to jump into Detective? It depends if, it's a great series actually, but you might want to either go back to the beginning of Ram V's run and pick up the issues from there, or pick up the trade or something and start there, I would say at this point.
Yeah. So yeah, it would be a good time to jump in. But like we just said, you don't want to jump in on this issue. Right. So I think the first trade, I think, from Ram V's run already came out. So you may want to start with that.
Yes.
It wasn't, or you can buy the issues, but I always find the trades to be slightly cheaper. But
should we go to the chaotic comic session again? And I have to turn it back over to you soon because of a truck will be coming or something.
Right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can rotate. I still got books.
Okay, cool.
Batman, but yeah, Detective again. Good series to read. Just don't jump in on this issue in particular. Go back a few issues.
No. And I guess Ram V is his run's coming to an end. I don't know when, but it's past the halfway point at this point. So
right.
So we got I like knowing. Okay, we got 1984. Jonah Hex 83, and I got this at a half price. It's a pretty cool cover right there. Let me go big or go home.
That's nice.
Jack Roy Kirk would say.
I love how they made his eye bigger looking through the bottle.
To be honest, I don't even. I know what Jonah Hex is about, but I haven't really read a lot, and now I'm suddenly like drawn to Jonah Hex, man. Every time I see the older comics on the cheap, I definitely go for it. As if I don't have enough to read, but
the character did make an appearance on the WB show Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
Jonah Hex.
Maybe I'm dialed in on the Zeitgeist.
Yeah, a couple of times.
He was in character.
Pretty cool. Now, you guys, I kind of like some weird 80 bands and stuff, so I saw this at a half price and I had to get it. It's the I don't know when it came out, but it's Oingo Boingo. I don't know if you guys are fans of Danny Elfman, but I am a huge Danny Elfman fan. And, Good for Your Soul is a great Oingo Boingo album. Oh, here's the back. In the Forbidden Zone. Have you guys ever watched the Forbidden Zone? That B movie they did. It is so freaking awesome. And it actually looks good inside. So I don't know if the art's pretty good. There he is, the man, David. Yeah, Danny Elfman, who, of course, him as doing all the scores to all these awesome movies, like Edward Scissorhands, and he was the voice behind Nightmare Before Christmas and all the Tim Burton stuff. Just a freaking genius. So I was really happy, and this is like in mint condition. I should try to figure out what year it came out, but it might be a newer book. I don't know. I don't like all Oingo Boingo, but I do like a lot of their earlier stuff. Sub Pop, there's a Sub Pop. Sometimes I screw up the labels, the music labels. Okay, 1965 by Whitman variant is Lost in Space, dude. I've been wanting to get the vintage science fiction whenever I see it now. And I remember this old show, The Robinsons, So I don't know how it might have the inside art's okay. It's more cartoonish, I think. I got it for the cover. I don't know if I'll ever read this, but I might look through it. Another Half Price Books with a Filthy 50 center stamp on it. And this came out in 1995 by Topps. Is X-Files number 10. This is definitely a cover buys. I'm going for all of this. You could get this in the cheap dollar bins nowadays. I'm gonna have a method of removing these labels once I finish my blog spot, as I say. The inside art is nothing really to write home about, but I've been marathoning X-Files with my wife, and we're still in the first season, and I'm amazed at what I forgot, but I'm also amazed at how much I love it. I love this show and how much I loved it when I was a kid. Yeah. I thought it was a very bold show dealing with subject matters that are consistent, awesome occult and supernatural in science fiction, matters that you don't see on TV. You don't see it that consistent, just being, one after another, and done that well.
Right.
The whole dynamic of the two, and I'll tell you, I love the first 3 seasons. Let's put it that. I don't know. I watched it all, but the first 3 seasons, I remember. Love it.
That's what I remember about it too. When I was watching it, when it was first on, was I liked it in the beginning, but then at some point I stopped watching it.
Yeah, but, and I still appreciate it. The movie came out. It was just a little more watered down.
Yeah, the movie was interesting.
Yeah,
I was actually at the movie. The first time I watched the movie, I was at the movies and there was a blackout.
Oh, so during the X-Files movie?
During the X-Files. Yeah, wow. I just remember watching it and the screen just like you're watching it and then like something happened in slow-mo, but you think because of the it's the X-Files, it's the genre, you're like, oh, they're really like playing with special effects and stuff.
Yeah,
like the colors are getting weird. And like they start talking like all slow, and we're like, oh man, what's happening? Like, did Fox Mulder get drugged or something? And we're like watching it.
You really
and the screen just goes blank.
The movie.
Yeah, and then everything just goes blank, and we're like sitting there, we're like waiting for the picture to come back, like maybe he got knocked out or something, and then we're like
mind control.
Yeah, and then somebody walks in and they're like, sorry for the inconvenience, but the theater's lost power. So we're gonna give you your money back. And we're like, oh, that wasn't part of the movie at all. Like,
yeah. I could see that with X-Files for sure.
Yeah. But like everybody was so confused. They're like, oh, that wasn't the movie.
So now we got 1988 by Aerosol Comics, another filthy 50 center, Shadow Walker. I never heard of this, but I'm not going to leave a lot of these indies from the 80s behind, you guys. I'm not doing it. Not when I can.
That looks
not
cool.
when I'm
Yeah, I
spending.
hadn't heard of that one either.
When I'm spending quarters, I'm not going to do it. I just love it. I love the 80s. I love that these indie companies, Aerosol, they cared about what they were doing. They really did. They weren't phoning it in, from what I could tell. Of course, every comic book publisher has duds and things that we don't take to and stuff, but this looks really cool. And I have no idea what Shadow Walker is, but he looks like a monster hunter to me. I love monster hunters, you know. So I love when black and white, when it's done right. Look at that. It's cool. The camera angles, right?
Yeah.
Perspectives and stuff. 50 cents all day long, you guys. So maybe we should all be trying to find these, you know. We could trade them too. We could get like a couple dozen of these things if we have doubles and just trade to each other, you know. That's why I want to put this trading program together, which is taking way longer than I want it to, you know. Okay, so now we got another one I love. In 1984 by Eagle Comics, we have Judge Dredd #3, and I needed this because I was filling in a gap in my Eagles Volume 1 Judge Dredd run. So I paid up, you guys. I paid up for this. We got Zombie. When I say paid up, $5. So we got Zombie Judge Dredd. Look at that. Some Bolin, right? Is that Bolin art, you guys?
Brian Bolin.
Cool, man. Brian Bolin. I'm not sure, but I do also like McMahon. Mike McMahon, I think is his name. This is good stuff. This is an early reprinting of the early stories too. Look at it. They lied. That is cool. So yeah, I'll be starting Judge Dredd over from the beginning. I started at 4 and I've been moving through. I think I'm like in issue 8 or something like that. And we'll go to an old DC comic here. I think I got this from Dave. What is this? 1970 something. Sometimes they're not really apparent, right? But it's Tarzan 214. I got this for a couple bucks. I wasn't going to leave it behind. You know, I'm watching all these YouTube channels. Dr. Silver Age, Metarog, Higgy Pop, and all these guys are getting me into this stuff, man. It's like I want this stuff more than I want like the newer stuff now. I feel like I've been tainted. I just love this art, like Rob mentioned earlier. You know, it's almost like the art, even though it's the modern art is so awesome. It can be very stylistic. It's not like this. It's not like guys hanging out at the desk, you know, and giving it a really good go at what they're doing. I mean, it's hard to quantify. Right? Awesome. It's hard to say. It's hard to say like, okay, you know, only older comics are better, because I really don't feel that way. You know. But anyway, so that's that. So got that. This is all chaotic comic book covers, displays, and more. We got a I might have got this from you, Rob. It just went into the chaos area of the room. a 1980 fantasy masterpieces, 13 with the Silver Surfer.
Mm.
I think that's Warlock right there too. So there's probably a Warlock story here. I love these reprints, man. And we'll turn it over. We'll either go back to Will, unless Rob, you want to jump in.
I can jump in.
Okay.
But if you have to go take care of your thing, then you need to turn it to Will.
Yeah, because Will's got the goods.
In case I have to step out because of my mumps. So
yeah, Will's got the goods today.
Will's the man.
Oh, awesome. John Buscema art. I love it. I love that perspective of the Silver Surfer. You know, who is Thanos in the back? Is this Starlin? I don't know, probably, right? I know he didn't create all this, but he took it over and notched it up, right? He did create Thanos, though, so it could be him. Very cool. So good comic, right?
Yeah, cool.
Look at that, Thanos.
I know. I was just having a conversation with a girl I was working with today about how Marvel movies were awesome up until about Thanos. And then something happened. And there's still some good ones here and there, Guardians of the Galaxy and all those. I'm not a big expert on Marvel movies, but yeah. Once that was over, the snap of the fingers was over and they rectified it. I don't know. It's like they didn't run out of ideas, right? It just got chaotic or something. I don't know. Fans turned on them, right?
Yeah.
Right, Rob?
Too much management, overhead management, not letting them do the thing or something.
If they did the same thing with Star Wars, in my little tiny internet opinion, but they had Mandalorian first 2 seasons, got me back into Star Wars.
I was so ecstatic when Disney bought Marvel and Star Wars because it was my 3 favorite worlds coming together.
Yeah.
And they've just destroyed it. They destroyed all 3, in my opinion. So.
Yeah. Razor Comics.
Anyway,
Ray, thanks for being here.
Right. You know, they can't. I mean, not that anything they've done hasn't been watchable. It's just, I don't know. It's like the Disney comics I've been talking about to you guys, where, you know, in June they're coming out with a comic. What if Donald Duck was Wolverine? I mean, come on, you don't need that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's like Mandalorian got me back into it, so I watched all the Clone Wars with my wife, and each season kept getting better, and I became a huge Ahsoka fan. And then suddenly now I'm not interested in Ahsoka because I thought she looked the part, but it didn't fit, you know? I don't know. Anyway, we can move on to the chaotic comics here, you guys. Not so chaotic with Rob because he's going to show you.
Yeah, well, I could rant about Disney all night, so I decided.
Yeah, we could sit here and rant. Yeah. What up, Swag? Thanks for being here, bro. Adventurous Joe. Thank you, bro.
There I am.
What up, Jeff? I didn't see that. That's the first time I saw that Aircell book too, man.
Oh, that's not the page I wanted. There it is.
Oh, it's a good page though, bro.
This one's better.
Wow. It's like I could just collect the magazines now. I got to make more space.
Yeah, it's almost. I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking when I was going through it. It was like, you know, maybe I should just get rid of all my comics and just go after the magazines because this stuff is incredible.
Hey, Jeff, thanks for saying hi.
I mean,
Danielle, he loves the Aircell stuff. That's great.
I'm flipping here, looking for a panel to show you, and it's also fantastic that I should just show it to you.
Judge Death. I don't even know if I know about Judge Death. I'm not an expert, but man, I love those Eagle comics when I see them. Man, I just read them. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to center that on the camera. 108.
Even the simpler covers like this are just like, that's just incredible. You know?
Yeah, great, beautiful painting. Wow, look at that.
That's dope.
I mean, even when they draw a building, it looks like this. You know?
Yeah. Lots of detail. Like these artists just escaping into their pictures.
It really and it makes
Iran Art Comics. Thank you. Go ahead, Rob.
It makes the world they're telling the story and seem that much more real, you know.
Yeah.
Than it just being, you know, I mean, if this was a modern comic, you know, there'd be a great big panel here of Conan, that little bit of Conan entering the room over here. That would be half the page in a modern comic, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you wouldn't get to see all this other stuff.
Daniel's saying new comics just don't have it anymore, in his opinion. Yes, Starlin.
And like we say, there are exceptions to that. You know, there's good stuff out there, but
yes,
it's just.
Thank you, Damien.
It's not consistent quality, even from any certain particular publisher.
Yeah. Was watching Damien's reviews today. Wow, look at those inks. What is it, Sam and Twitch?
107.
I think he rated Sam and Twitch #1. Wow, look at that. I can see why.
You know, everybody's and I mean, everybody has their own favorite series. It's not like, you know, I mean, there's stuff that I wouldn't even take a second look at that you know, somebody I know will like or whatever.
Yeah,
it's just you know, I mean, that's one of the nice things about modern comics is there really is something out there for everybody right now.
Yeah, even if like that Tarzan comic was overproduced and everyone can have it, that's wonderful. Because I think they were having a discussion in the chat about that.
Yeah, exactly.
There's like more lines in that one panel than there is in an entire modern comic. It's insane. Just the artwork is.
I mean,
it's
it's
the artwork.
You know, it's like how long did it take them to make this art?
That's why original art. Look at that, beautiful. Look at that. That is a beauty. You could hold that up for a little longer.
It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, that one right there. Wow. Something about the shadowing and the black and white. You know, it's.
If you want to buy this issue, it's $10.
Okay. I'll send you the. I got your PayPal.
This one got some pinups in the back too. It's just unbelievable.
Damien says, "Well, perhaps you know the modern artists aren't paid enough."
Oh yeah, I'll go along with that.
Wow,
I think a lot of it is they look at it as a time perspective, and it may require them. I mean, I don't know how much they're paid, but it may require them to finish more art to make a decent living. You know.
Yeah.
It's that way with the writers.
Yeah, Damien, I was surprised that a McFarlane comic was your #1 pick this week. That Sam and Twitch, I guess, is really good.
I mean, look at this. This is just the letter column.
Wow, look at that. Not that I hate McFarlane, but you know, I'm not the guy who's, you know, pushing McFarlane.
And you know, I mean, I'm picking out panels to show you, but it's all like this.
Yeah. But like you guys said, in putting it to the camera though, and then seeing it afterwards, it's like sometimes you see it even more. It's making me
you can see a whole I agree with that. I'll see when you're showing comics that I sent you. I'm like,
yeah,
I don't remember it. It looks so much better on camera than when I was holding it.
Yeah. I know. I remember that. I was like, "Ooh, wow! Look at that!" You're like, "Huh?"
This one had a lot of ads in the back, but it's just
yeah. I enjoy your reviews.
I mean, these guys could draw anything.
Yeah,
it's just, I mean, everybody, even just a random background character has their own distinct look. It's just incredible to me that this
well,
somebody that can create this kind of art is doing comic books. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's like back then, comic books were kind of looked down on and so on and so forth, and it's just like, what else did these guys do? Did they just do comic books or
right?
Because the art is just incredible in here. This is much more panel based in this one. It doesn't have any of the big splashy pages that the other ones did, but it's still fantastic.
Let me get you big here. And addressing the chat, I'm not a McFarlane hater. I just don't like his writing that much, I guess. But I love his drawings, so I don't hate him. I know he's awesome too, and he's a fighter. He fights for what he wants, and you got to respect that. You got to give it up to Todd McFarlane. So
they did in the back of this one, they have a prose story that's just illustrated. But look at these illustrations.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just such incredible stuff. I can't get over it.
So Don Perlin, I sometimes I like him though, Damien. When I see him, nothing's coming to mind right now, but I definitely don't hate Don Perlin. You want to go, Will? Are you done, Rob?
Yeah.
Are you done, Rob?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, cool. All right, back with Cuppo Comics.
Back in the seat. All right, so here's a cool book. James Tynion IV, Something's Killing the Children. Number 36. This is a start of a new arc with the main protagonist, Jessica Slaughter. Kind of an origin story, right? So the first 15 books were set in the present, and then everything after that has pretty much been prequel. So there's been more before the fact than, before the fact than after the fact kind of things happen here. But I was kind of excited to read this new storyline. It's a whole new arc. So when I got to the shop, I have this on my pull list. There wasn't a lot of copies left on the shelf. Actually, there was just one other variant copy on the shelf. So they had the Art Germ variant copy. So on rare occasions, I will, if I really like a cover, I'll pick up the B cover or variant cover, but I have all the A covers. I've been on this book since issue 1.
Well, I have the first 30 or something. I'm glad you're still reading them. I fell off, so I should maybe collect.
It's a fun book. It's also a quick read. It's just all around. It's very accessible. Yeah. So on the shelf, I saw the Art Germ cover on the shelf.
Oh, cool.
And so I thought it was pretty cool. So this is like, this is cover like D or something. This is like, it's not a one per store, but this is a unlockable variant.
Unlockable.
So basically your store has to buy like 10 copies of the book and you get this.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So that was really cool. So this guy comes into the store and he's like looking, so he picks up a few books and he's looking for something that's killing the children. And he goes up to the counter and I'm talking to the LCS owner and he says something along the lines of, do you have any more something that's killing the children? And he looks over, the LCS owner looks over at the shelf and he's like, oh, I guess it's sold out. Now I know I had bought cover A and I had bought this unlockable variant. So I was going to offer to, give the guy my cover A.
Oh, really?
Yes, but then so the local comic shop owner is like, oh man, he's like, usually I order enough of those. He's like, I have tons of back issues of this, and he's like, but I ordered the same amount. He's like, I guess it was really popular. But he's like, yeah, he was in my local comic shop guy was like, sorry, I thought I ordered enough, and then the guy was just like, well, apparently you didn't. You didn't order enough at all, or something like that. But he said it.
Guy? Well, no, he's great. Yeah, this guy.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the guy who asked if there was any more something. So he said it with like just I don't want to say vitriol, but he said it with like some anger in his voice, like there's not enough of these books.
It's not easy. It's not easy for these guys.
Not. So at that moment, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna offer this guy my A cover. So it's like, yeah, too bad. It's a new story arc too. It's probably going to be a good read or something like that. I said to the guy, and he's like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, so good for you. Well, yeah.
So I just didn't like the anger. So not only did I get the A and this unlockable, but then I got the 1 per store variant.
That's awesome, bro.
So after
kid, go ahead.
Yeah. So after the guy left, the local comic shop guy was like, oh yeah, he's like, I just remembered I also have the 1 per store, and he like pulls it out and he's like, it's like the unlockable variant, but it's like a little bit more black and white, like she's black and white in it. I don't know if you can see
it's subtle, the difference.
Yeah, so I was like, oh cool, and I was like, you know what, I really want this one. So I talked to the comic shop guy. We looked it up because he didn't even know like what it was going for or whatever. We looked it up online. Apparently, it's going for like upwards of $40. So he like looks through it. He looks on eBay and he's like, I'm like, yeah, I see it's like a $45 book, whatever. And he goes, you know what? He's like, give me like 15 for it. And I was like, so 15 a lot for a modern book, but for a book that's going for 40, I was like, sure. And I could just turn around tomorrow.
Sure.
Make triple.
That's easy math.
Triple on the book. So I was like, sure. And then I got 20% off the rest of my order too. So basically when you figure that out, that book came out to like $10 or something. So not bad.
Daniel's, I agree with you, Daniel. It's kind of math for me right now, but I don't know if the newer Something Is Killing the Children is good. It seems like I'm glad you're reading it, Will, because it seems like it's picking up.
Yeah, so we'll pick it up. We'll see, because it is a new story arc, so we'll see what happened. The first arc I thought was great and really good. I have a bunch of the number ones too. But I had like variant covers, so I paid like cover price for most of them, and now they're all going for upwards of like $100 or whatever for those number ones. So
wow,
I'm like, cool. I'm sitting on
I know I'm sitting on the A number one too, but I'll never let that go. I kind of like that first story arc.
Yeah, I think I have 2 A covers, so maybe I'll let one go. Use it to get a bigger book, a better book, an older book, maybe something from the Silver Age or something. World Tree. This is James Tynion, another Tynion book. I'll show some art in here. The art's not bad. Got to be careful though, because there is one character that walks around topless in this book.
Oh, yeah.
So, but basically, it's like, what if the dark web, kind of influenced us, this story, and made us do things that we couldn't control, which is kind of what happens with social media anyway, right? People use it to.
Like as if your brain's a transceiver, though, right? And it's actually
it's being beamed directly
of malintent into your brain, right?
Exactly. So, there's nope, can't show you that page.
Hey, my man, thanks for being here. Right on, brother. Thank you.
All right. So, but there's some of the when it's getting beamed into your head, there's some of the artwork for that.
Pretty cool.
So it's a fun read. It's it's horror, but it's like techno horror, I guess. What happens when technology goes wrong.
Yeah.
So pretty good read.
Cool.
This is cool, and I can't put my fingers all over it because it's a foil.
Oh yeah.
But it's you got Superman falling here, which doesn't happen very often. Yeah. But this is the Absolute Power Special Edition. It's a free comic book day book, but this is the, as it says right there, prelude to the epic event, Absolute Power.
Does anyone know when Free Comic Book Day is? Kendall Kid, I haven't.
May
8th.
4th, first Saturday of every May.
So there's the first Saturday in May, I think.
Yeah. So doesn't matter what year it is, it will always be the first Saturday in May.
Yeah, Swag had the answer before I got
So that actually that book was the foil edition. I had to actually pay for that, so it wasn't free, but it wasn't very much. That was like a special order. So they will have that same exact cover for Free Comic Book Day, but not foil. And you have to wait until Free Comic Book Day to pick that one up. Since that one was a special order that I ordered for myself,
awesome,
to my comic shop, I got that early. All right, Duke. And I would talk about Absolute Power, but I know absolutely nothing about it. That is
well, there you go.
First issue. All right, Duke number 5. So this is the last issue of the Duke series before Image and Skybound transition into a G.I. Joe book that'll be ongoing.
Energon Universe, right?
Or the Energon Universe.
Okay.
So Destro so you got Destro in this book, and he is a arms dealer pretty much. So,
cool.
Which is pretty much keeps in line with the original G1 stuff. I believe Destro kind of ran a weapons manufacturer, if I'm correct. I mean, you guys can correct me if I'm incorrect in that thinking. There is like a little flashback to when Duke meets up with Starscream briefly in one of the books. So basically Duke's whole thing is to figure out what this robot is. Like, this robot killed his best friend, and he's basically burning bridges to figure out, what's being hidden. He thinks it's like part of a government conspiracy. Doesn't realize these are like aliens that have, invaded Earth.
Right.
So he's just trying to find out the truth.
Just like Mulder.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, so you got that. This is a panel that's kind of like in every Spawn book here. So they just take like all the different angles of a story.
Yeah.
And kind of give you a little taste of whatever. That is definitely, this is something that came out of, Todd probably didn't create it or originate it, but Todd definitely took this kind of storytelling to a new level where he just gives you all the opinions of all the sides in that kind of panel. So like every other Spawn comic has this exact panel in it.
Yeah. Just a slightly different perspective.
Right. Let's see. Oh, and here's the last page. Spoiler, that he's got a tablet that has Optimus Prime on it.
Cool.
So yeah, we'll see where it goes with G.I. Joe. Who knows? Either G.I. Joe becomes a force that, tries to stop the Transformers, or maybe they just go their own separate ways and G.I. Joe fights Cobra. Who knows?
Cool. It seems like it's filled with all this intrigue, though, and mystery. I should have jumped on. I grabbed the first few issues of Void Rivals, and I liked it, but I decided not to jump in.
Yeah, Void Rivals has been really good. Rad Art Comics wrote, the news pages. Todd said he added those to get books filled on time to make deadlines.
Oh, there you go.
It seems to have worked.
Yeah, he's cranking it out now.
Yeah, Todd is reliable. I'd never missed that deadline. Yeah, no, I mean, when Spawn says it's coming out, Spawn pretty much comes out.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's the one thing that separates, I think, Spawn from somebody like not Spawn, Todd from somebody like Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns might take 6 months to get you issue number 2.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But the Jeff Johns crew would argue for that, though, for a better story.
Yeah, no, I mean, it works. Sometimes it just kills the momentum, though.
Yeah, you're right. And the releases.
especially when Jeff Johns now is relied on to like carry, you know, certain like whole publishing house, you know, like DC's like, all right, we're gonna revolve our stories around your, you know, your next big event, and then his big event takes 2 years to finish. You know, 11 issues, 2 years. It's rough.
Yeah. Okay, and here mixed reviews on this latest Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, none of these books have I cracked open yet. So, Ultimate Spider-Man
doesn't have this. It doesn't have the artist, the main artist, and a big talkie issue or something.
Yeah, it says guest artist David Messina.
I read about it an hour ago. It's not a bad story. It adds to it, but if you're looking for some action, it ain't in there.
Okay, I see a lot of
story. Yeah,
a lot of the pages look like this.
Yeah.
What I will say though is like that's what a lot of Silver Age books look like. It just there's not a lot of action in this, and a lot of Silver Age books
Jacob?
Will have the action in these panels. But yeah, there are a lot of talk. There's a lot of talking.
Thanks for being here, man.
So yeah, it does. Yeah, just fingering through it, it looks like if you're looking for action, you know, this is not.
It's not there.
Yeah.
So,
but it wasn't a bad story. It wasn't. You know, it added to the story. It added to the characterizations.
Good. It pushed the plot along a little bit.
Yeah.
It introduces one major character. I don't want to give spoilers, so.
Okay, nice. So Rob, thumbs up on that one.
That's cool. I'm thumbing through it.
When I got done reading it, yeah, I'd like if I'd have paid cover price for it, I'd have been like, oh man. But it was a quick read. It was over before I thought it would be. You know.
Wow, Kindle Kid spent $30.
But it wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible.
Gotcha. Nice. Yeah, I don't think I've seen one costume in here. Not Spider-Man, not Green Goblin, not anybody. Just
but all they do is sit in a coffee shop and talk.
Man, $30 for Ultimate Universe 1. Ouch. I found that in a Midtown Comics warehouse for $6, $7.
Yeah, $30. Ooh, wow. Okay.
So on FOC this week was the Ultimates. So that book should be coming out in about 3 weeks. So sometime in May.
Variant, but still, you know. Yeah. Well,
and I think this week the Ultimate Universe 1, like they reprinted it or something, I think came out this week. So
yeah, the second print came out.
Second printing. So
now that people are interested in this universe, right?
Right.
Because at first they weren't.
Yeah, no, nobody had interest in it up until like basically the day Ultimate Spider-Man came out.
Yeah, and they was like, wow.
And then because it was on shelves that first day, and then it sold.
And then it was gone.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I pre-ordered it because I love Jonathan Hickman mostly, you know.
Right.
And I love my Spidey. Should I jump into the chaos before my truck shows up?
Before your truck shows up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you want to show another?
I only have 2 books left from this
All right,
week.
let's finish your 2 comics.
So we got the Amazing Spider-Man, because you can't have the Ultimate Spider-Man without the Amazing.
Yeah, I stopped reading that long ago.
Yes. This interesting cover though. You know, you got Chasm fighting Spider-Man, but the barcode's a little askew. The names of the writers are a little askew. So
yeah,
they're definitely something's a little askew, right?
Yeah,
foreshadowing.
A little off. Yeah, a little tilted.
Something's off. Pretty decent art though in these books. So it looks like some Sinister Six action. So maybe that's a spoiler. Sorry. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. And then these characters all popped up in the last book. So here's another page. All right. And then here's the Ultimates. We were talking about the Ultimates. There's coming out in June. All right. So you got
who's writing the Ultimates? Do you know?
Ultimates? I believe it's I forget who's on the Ultimates. It is.
I think I ordered it. I don't know.
It's a new person. Well, not new, but Dennis Camp, but spelled with a Z.
Oh, he's actually good.
Dennis Camp and Juan
Maxwell's Demons. That was a good indie book that he did, and I kind of liked what was it, The Children of the Vault, except the ending kind of was okay, but he's definitely good. So yeah, I think I ordered that.
There we go. So yeah, that should be well. All right, and here's the last book. It's another Tynan book. This is it's called Spectrograph by James Tynan, and this is it's a new imprint. So they print most of their books in this format, Distillery. That's what this
Distillery?
Is. Yeah, it's spelled DSTLRY.
Cool cover.
Yeah, so this is the one in 15.
Weird bleeding eyeball.
Yeah. So these books are basically $9 if you want to get into it.
Right.
Because they're just big and whatever. So
probably not for me, but yeah.
Right. So I'm a big fan of James Tynan, and Christian Ward also.
I do like Christian Ward a lot.
Yeah. So I wasn't initially. I don't get these books. I did get their like preview book when it first came out with all the titles in it, just to get a taste of what was coming out of them. But I saw James Tynan, and I was like, and then I saw Christian Ward, and I was like, all right, you got me for one.
I like Tynan. I'm just giving him a long break right now, but I love Christian Ward.
Yeah.
I like.
So when I saw that duo, I was like, you know what? Let's. And I guess I can crack into the book, see what.
Crack into it.
So the artwork it's colorful, glossy.
Yeah.
There was a Jenny Frison cover for this book, which kind of spotlighted the redhead. So
right.
That was Jenny Frison seems to do redheads a lot on covers.
I mean, at least they're using an interesting panel layout, where it varies from page to page instead of it just being a grid,
Yeah. So.
Yeah, modern art is still pretty dang awesome.
Yeah.
It's different is all,
Right. So Scott Snyder has a book that
you're right about. A lot of it is because of the coloring, so much of it is computerized now.
Yeah. So Scott Snyder actually has a book coming out from Distillery too, but he doesn't want this format. So his book may be the only one that's not in this oversized format.
Well, Damien doubts that Distillery is going to survive with high prices and no sign of a breakout. Books.
Yeah, they have a lot of nice indie creators, but none of the books have actually gone anywhere. Like nobody's run out to get them. I think part of it, people just aren't willing to spend $9 on a comic, knowing that you're gonna have to spend $9 every time.
Yeah,
a new comic.
Brent, thanks for being here, Brent. All right, back to the chaos. No, so cool. We're gonna go right into the 70s, 1977. The Invaders 22. Let me get rid of this ticker. Pretty cool. This was at half price, really cheap. Asbestos Lady, look out for her. The Lovely Lethal. Asbestos. So it has both torches on the cover there. And I can't read that. I might have to get glasses soon, you guys. We got a little shot there for the family-friendly show. Like showing things we've never seen before. I highly doubt it. But I get it. I'm digging the art here, you guys. But I guess a lot of Silver Age books, Will, as you say, they're talking, right? Or bronze and silver.
No, it was definitely a thing, but I like it. There's a lot more panels, a lot more artwork, so they had a lot more freedom to fill in the word bubbles.
Yeah. Pretty cool. All right, we're going to do a Continuity Comics. This is a Neil Adams run comic, and this is issue number 1 of Samurai, The Possessed by The Rise of Magic. I think that was an event that was going on. And we'll just give you the front then the back, even though it is a wraparound. No, I'm only kidding, you guys. Get me in trouble here. No, this is cool.
Man.
50 cents, man. I am a sucker for these continuity comics. I think I like the 80s more when I see it than the 90s with a splash. I think this is more of 90s comic, but it seems pretty cool. I like the cardboard. It's like a weird cardboard cover, but not hard cardboard, if that makes sense. It's just it's a different material than you see in comics. Pretty cool though. Cool details. I used to dislike 90s comics. That was just because everything changed, you know, and I loved the stories. I loved reading how the comics were, and so I got out instead of just buying all the back issues, right? Imagine if I just stuck with it and just went after back issues. Oh my God.
Yeah, things definitely changed in the 90s. A lot less words, a lot more splash pages. You felt like you were just getting less comic for a higher price. Right? 'Cause the prices also increased rapidly in the 90s.
I do appreciate the 90s now. A lot of stuff I missed, you know. Okay, so now we have a DC comic here, and this is 1973, 4 Battle Tales. Number 44. My friends are getting me into war comics now. You know, like Easy Comic Reader loves his war comics. So does Higgy Pop and all the other aforementioned friends. Yeah, this is looking good. But I might give this to a friend. When I find things on the cheap, like this, I got this for like $2. Then for me, it's like, you know, if I'm not in love with it, like my other friends are, then I will trade it or just, you know, give it away. Pretty cool though. Sometimes the detail is more subtle with the older comics, you know?
Right.
Then we'll go a little more to the 80s. I remember this one as a kid, 1983, Alpha Flight number 2. Some good John Byrne.
Wow.
And I was always intrigued by this woman, and I forgot her name. Do you believe it? I forgot her freaking name. But she ends up being part of an alien thing, and Namor falls in love with her. I loved it as a kid. I wasn't even familiar with Alpha Flight from the X-Men, you know, the original stuff. I got introduced to Alpha Flight from the Volume 1 series when I was younger.
Yeah. And Alpha Flight number 1, it's actually a pretty cool cover. It's because it's got it's a yellow cover, if I remember correctly. So people collect yellow background covers. So.
Oh, is that right? Well, I'm glad I have it already then. I love John Byrne. It's like an indelible stain in my brain now, John Byrne art. I love the faces. I love just the action sequences or someone reeling from being attacked and stuff like that, and the machinery. This guy not only drew, as you guys knew, he also wrote too. So he was hardworking, you know. Is this Marina? Is that her name? I'm sure the chat knows.
Chester Nutter says Marina, I think.
Yeah. Maybe I picked up on his thoughts, but yeah, this is maybe someday they'll collect purple covers too, right?
Galactic,
yeah. definitely. Speaking of another purple, but this one's faded, but it's 1975. Strange Tales 182. It's in a very good condition, but look at that. And guess who's tricking them, right?
Yeah. Good old Loki.
Yep, but that's pretty cool. So with a lot of these, well, I know with Doctor Strange Volume 2, the earlier ones does have Steve Ditko art in it, but it has more Brunner. He takes over, but they include some, I think, of the older stuff. But yeah. I guess they recently released a lot of Steve Ditko, Doctor Strange in smaller, like book format. Do you guys know of that? That was like maybe 2 years ago or something. But yeah, it's nice to have some Steve Ditko. Okay, now this is mind-controlled remote automation. It's I read one of these. I think I read the second issue. This is issue number 4, Filthy 50 Center, and it's about some crippled girl. It's by Comics Interview. It's a dystopian future in which she gets to control. She gets to live through an automaton, right? Like a robot. And I really enjoyed the story. And so, of course, you can get this super cheap. And why not? Right, you guys? Why not do it? I love blowing it up. It's like you're looking at the original art or something, you know? Speaking of which, Damien and Roger and Naman, they all bought this wonderful, I think it was Japanese artist, original art from from Charlatan Comics. You guys should totally check out their latest video. It's beautiful. That's pretty cool, though. Wow, you guys, this truck has not come yet. Isn't this crazy?
Might finish the show before actually.
I might be able to finish the show. Oh, did I speak too soon?
It's not coming today.
Oh, it's not coming today. Okay.
So,
All right.
do your thing.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to Rob now. Is that cool?
Sure.
What do you guys think of Mycra? Would you buy that for 50 cents? I would totally. I'm going to remove these someday too.
Oh, for 50 cents, I'd buy anything. It looks cool.
Would you especially get these indies from, the 80s, like this Badger #1? I already have this. My YT friend, traded me Badger #1 already. PGH Zombie. We did a trade a long time ago, and but I'm not going to leave this behind for 50 cents. You guys know
exactly.
I collect Badger. And so this will go into the trading program or whatever,
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, dude. This is a crazy character.
You bet.
Yeah. He's nuts. All right, so let's move it on to Rob.
Yeah. I prefer Captain Canuck to Badger.
Oh, yeah? I should check that out. I haven't checked that out yet.
I'm up. Okay, so
Oh,
here's
sorry.
number 104. What's going?
More Conan. Awesome.
Conan. Yep. This is a Conan.
Very cool.
And again, this is just an illustration for the letters page. I don't know if it's taken from somewhere else or not.
Hey,
like they sometimes do.
Circumstances. Thanks for being here, buddy.
I'm
That is
actually just going to try and page through this.
You already know that. I'm
issue
like telling
so you
Rob,
guys can
that's
see it, 'cause
beautiful.
It's awesome.
Very cool. Wow. Yeah, I'm collecting Alpha Flight Alberta.
I mean, it's like I said, every page is awesome. You know, it's just.
I know it's like, yeah, you could hold it up there too, but I know what you're saying. Like every page, it's every page. No, but you could like hold it up there. And
well, that's what I'm doing. I'm showing you every single page. And it's just
it's so cool.
You know.
It's cool, Higgy, man. You're at work. That's awesome, man. You're working. You know, I know you don't want to be there, but thanks for checking in.
Marcus wishes everybody a happy new comic book day.
Circumstances.
Wow. Okay.
It's nice to have some Badger friends out there, Damien. Not everyone agrees, but I love it. My favorite character out of that so far is Sister Twister, who is a reformed Nazi transvestite, but of the cloth. So he's a nun, or she's a nun, and it's not even making fun of it. It's just it's freaking awesome. It's just so zany.
It's number 103.
Things you could get away with, man, back in the day, I'll tell you. Okay, Sanha Kim is what you guys yeah, I'm not familiar with that artist, Korean, and that's why Naman was into it. Yeah, and I know that Roger got Naman into it. You guys did a really good show there. It was a lot of fun.
And then let me actually
yeah, it's everything's in there. You can't stereotype Sister Twister. That's what I love about it. Like he really wanted to help them. The Hebrews that got hurt.
Illustrated. This is number 28 from 1985. And when I was paging through these, I noticed something that I was mistaken on, because I saw a lot of ads for the Epic line of comics.
Right.
And for some reason, I was always under the impression that they started the comics line after they had shut down the magazine. But apparently I was wrong about that. So I didn't have any reason to think that. It just, for some reason, that's what was in my head.
Yeah, and this is the I didn't even know there was Marvel stories in Epic. I think I did remember that when I was a kid, but
I don't think there's a whole lot. But I know that there was that last Galactus story in there. This is Cobalt 60. It's called. A little more cartoony like. And I don't know if this is Cerebus or not. It looks like it is. Yep. There's a Cerebus story in there.
Cool.
Guy knocking on the door is a tax collector.
So was this with the man, my voice is going today.
Something called Treasure Hunt.
So these came in with the Conan mag?
It's really nice.
Rob?
Yep, they're all in the magazine boxes. Yes.
They all came together.
Yep. One big lot, 200 magazines.
Wow.
Oop, can't show that one.
Yeah. You gotta scan through those beforehand.
Right.
And then like the Marvel Comics Super Specials had those too. So this is like Tarzan of the Apes. And I know I showed them last week, but I'm just going to show some of the inside stuff. So
Cool.
oh, and this is Dan Spiegel artwork. I'd recognize his style pretty much anywhere.
Yo, Hack, thanks for being here, man. Thank you for
I didn't realize he
saying hi.
did anything for Marvel. But he did a lot of movie stuff, I think, for like Dell and Gold Key and stuff. And then I did some work for DC and stuff too. But
Cool.
artwork's not quite as impressive as the other.
Well, it's not as impressive as the black and white and all the shadowing. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I really liked some of the backs that I didn't notice, just going through. You got The Last Starfighter. You said you'd seen that recently.
Yeah.
And
that's magazine too?
Yeah, these are all magazine size. I think the 2-issue comics that they did, I think those pretty much just reprinted what was in these. But I can't swear to it. That's one of those things where I think that's what it is, but maybe I'm wrong, like I was about the other thing. So.
Cool.
But yeah, just cool stuff.
Good stuff, Rob. You got more? Hello, Rob.
I was gonna grab the Medusa Chain DC science fiction thing because I wanted to take a look at that. I hadn't actually looked at it yet.
Cool.
So, I'm just seeing it's got some crap on the back of it, or it's torn just a little bit in the middle of the cover or something.
We'll hold it up.
But I'm trying. Got to get to a page where there was art.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So it doesn't look like anything real elaborate in this one.
Hello, Jim NFL 7. What up, dude? Thank you for being here.
But it's by Ernie Cohen. I guess the whole thing was done by Ernie. So it looks like it could be a good read, though. Oh, the last page is actually the coolest thing in there that I saw.
Cool. Wow.
So, all right, that'll do it.
Excellent. All right, Will, I guess it's you next, huh?
Back on. Yeah.
Back on, dude.
All right. So these are some newer, older modern books. Older modern books. So with that. We got from Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen, Little Monsters. So
Ooh, I have most of that. Awesome.
Yeah.
It was an interesting story, little vampire story there.
Right. Yeah, you got these tiny little vampires, and they run into some real people.
Well, they didn't know they were vampires. It was weird.
Yeah, right.
They were so removed from everything.
Right, they lived by themselves for a while. It's true. Before we get into the rest of these books, these I picked up. These are just preview comics. So I got DC Connect.
Cool.
So it looks like Gotham by Gaslight is coming back. The sequel to Batman, Gotham by Gaslight.
I think I just got that.
But it's called the Kryptonian Age?
Kryptonian Age, yeah.
That's interesting.
We'll see where it goes. It's a 12-issue series, it says, debuting in June. So it's coming pretty soon. But for those of you who don't know, you can, you just go through it and it gives you like the books coming out, later on. A lot of these are FOC books, so you could just ask your comic shop person to order them.
Easy Comic Reader likes cutting those up afterwards,
Yeah. They're fun. It still has an ad for the Suicide Squad game, which I heard a lot of people don't like. So
okay.
But then they do have, I guess they'll give you like what they think are their best covers towards the back. So kind of check those things out. Yeah, they spotlight. I guess it's the spotlight section.
Any new facsimiles?
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably
there was a facsimile this week, I think. Right? What was the facsimile? I feel like it was a Flash book. I have it on my computer somewhere. Showcase. Oh, yeah, Showcase. Not Flash. Green Lantern. Showcase 22. First appearance of Hal Jordan. That was this week's.
They reprinted that one.
Facsimile. I'm sure there's a facsimile in here somewhere. I also picked up the Marvel free preview book, which it's a lot thicker. It's a lot more books in here.
Mm-hmm.
They just tend to list a lot more, but the same thing. They break it down by book, give you a little synopsis of each thing. Looks like Blood Hunt is their next big.
Yeah, Jed McKay is
crossover.
Penning that. I like his Moon Knight, as you guys know.
Yeah, this is a crazy Miles cover there. That's part of the Blood Hunt series. I don't know if you guys know, but Blood Hunt's going to have like a red band issue that comes like polybag. So there's going to be the regular A issue, and then there's a more risque version. I guess more blood, more gore, and they're going to put it in bags and call it the red band issue.
This is supposed to be the slashiest, Marvel event ever, right? The most,
right?
Yeah.
But they're going to hide it. They'll edit the regular A cover. Captain Carter #1. So this is the A cover, I believe, the Captain Carter series. I believe this was the first cover appearance of Captain Carter, as well as Captain Carter's first solo series. This is a variant cover, and apparently I never pay sticker, so I definitely didn't pay $10, but I paid probably a little bit less than that.
You get a discount. You get a discount, right?
Yeah. So, but this is from another local comic shop around here. But this is like a Court of Owls.
Cool.
Cover, which is pretty cool. Yes, you see the Court of Owls, coming down on whoever this is. This could be us, for all you know. It's just a white cutout.
Yeah.
Then you see Batman coming down the back.
Behind them, right.
Yeah. Behind all the talons. So.
What a great story that was.
Yeah. This is a really cool. And this is Tamaki and Matthew Rosenberg on that one particular issue. We got some Thor number 23. This is when Donny Cates was still on there, and this was the God of Hammers.
Any updates with Donny Cates?
Apparently he did a Twitter feed the other week. It looks like he's finally getting back on track. So maybe we'll see something coming out of Donny Cates in the next year or two. But he seems to be healing from his car accident, or healed, if you will. He had a real bad time.
It was a pretty bad accident, I guess, and but his brain wasn't affected. He could still tell stories, pretty much.
Right, but apparently he forgot like 6 months worth of stuff, so he forgot that he wrote certain books.
Wow.
But this God of Hammers series actually was pretty fun because Thor loses his ability to control Mjolnir, but then he just creates like 100 different hammers for whatever situation. He's got a hammer for that situation. Right. Here's another detective book. This is 1056. This artist was hot for like a split second because they kept doing all these covers with like real looking people as characters. So
okay.
Cosplay. At the time, people were buying these covers just because of that. You know, it's like you could be any of these. You know, any of these people could be you.
Yeah, cosplaying pretty much.
Pretty much. Here's Venom number 5. It's got that, you know, King in Black Venom suit going on there.
Still have all my Donny Cates Venom, so pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a good run. Donny Cates. Here's another Thor. It's another God of Hammers. Nick Klein, Donny Cates. Hey, what? Donny didn't do a bad job with Thor either. When he was
I have the first couple. That's the first couple story arcs.
Yeah. This is just issue 4 of what I thought was a really cool book, King of Spies. I have to reread it, but Mark Millar. Basically, this spy guy is he's towards the end of his life, so he's on these missions to kind of rectify a lot of. He was like one of those spies who like didn't care who he killed, did whatever it took to get the job done, and then towards the end of his life, he's like, I want to be the good guy for once. So here's a 50 center Miracle Man.
The reprinting of the Miracle Man.
Yeah. So
I still have yet to read this, you guys. It's pathetic. The subject matter is right up my alley too.
But that's out of Eclipse.
Oh, is it an original Eclipse?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Yep. So, just because I do modern books doesn't mean I don't have Eclipse books. That might be the only.
Oh, that's great. That's on my bucket list to read.
Here's these are more 50 centers. This is Django and Zorro. So coming out of the movie Django Unchained and Zorro. But this is cover C. I believe this is cover B. And then we got cover A. 50 cents a pop.
Wow.
And Quentin Tarantino is credited as the lead writer on the book. Here's some Gunslinger Spawn. This was another 50 center, actually. I'm pretty sure I paid full price for this one.
Is it number 1?
Yeah, this is issue number 1.
I guess
so every time I see a number 1, even if it's 50 cents, I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
I know this is a 50 center because it didn't get the self-sealable bag treatment. It got a painter's tape treatment. And
those are good for shipping now.
Yeah, this is cover G by Brett Booth. So I thought it was a wraparound cover, and that's why I took it out, but it's not. But it's got Gunslinger on the back.
Yeah. So. Hey, you never know. They might do something on the screen with Gunslinger eventually.
Yeah. What else we got? Oh, here we go. We'll like this one. This is another 50 center, but this is for the New Defenders.
Oh, I got that. Yeah, that's my era right there. New Defenders.
So, this
Matthias.
Yeah, this has the first appearance of a character called Mad Dog, which means absolutely nothing. But you also have
go Mad Dog. Let's do this.
The marriage of Damon Hellstrom and Patsy Walker, I believe, is in this book. Let's see if I can find it.
Okay.
Like if you thumb through this for like $1, you got a whole lot of comic. So
yeah, dude. I'm slowly reading that. I think I'm up to 100 and something. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Did you notice who forgot that there was a Kool-Aid video game? Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's see. But yeah, look, but there's like action and panels, right?
This is another one as a kid I really enjoyed. I barely knew what I was reading, but I loved it. I love the imagery.
I just love that Valkyrie is like a main character in these.
Yeah. I like Moondragon because of that series.
Right. Like, what's happening in this panel? Like, you got this guy on a cross and somebody in like a torn wedding dress. Like, what are we?
Pretty crazy.
Yeah,
it's a newsstand too, right? Yeah, that's you can hold that one up. That's great.
Yeah, Hulk and Doctor Strange and
yeah,
Namor. This one is actually not. This has the.
Okay, I still like that.
It's got that classic Spidey.
Yeah.
These are cool.
I know. I love the classic Spidey direct editions.
Yeah.
But they should still do that. I don't know why they go. Well, they have the barcode. Everyone wants to scan things now. So.
Yeah, but I will grab. I will grab both versions. If I have the Newsy, I'll grab the newsstand. Not the newsstand. I'll grab the direct, and if I have the direct, I'll grab the Newsy.
Yeah, and they're going to be up for trade when I have both too. I like doing that, but I'm not attached to it so much unless it's a first appearance that I really like or something like that.
That's true. Here's some more 50 centers. This is The Outsiders #1. I believe this is the one that doesn't star Batman or
the very first
Batman.
Outsiders, right? Without Batman.
Yeah, first appearance of the Nuclear family. So you see the nuclear neutrons or nuclear symbol going around there. So this is cool. This is from 1985. Jim Aparo.
Cool. Yeah, Chester doesn't like Hellstorm and the hellish characters. I like him. Everyone's different, Nutter.
Yeah.
I like I like them as anti-heroes and they rebel against the dark forces and stuff. I like Ghost Rider and all that. I love that.
Yeah, Ghost Rider is just that's a character I was drawn to actually as a kid. I was like, Flaming Skull, yes, please. Yeah. This is Batman number 401. This is the second appearance of Magpie. I believe it's the first cover appearance. I'm not sure.
They have like 20 different covers of this too for some reason. Direct, newsstand, different. I don't know. I guess that cover got spread around.
That's right. Interesting thing about Magpie, her first appearance is in Man of Steel.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, here's some good ones. You might like these. These are also 50 centers. Secret Wars 2, #5.
Cool.
First appearance of Boom Boom.
I keep forgetting that. I know that, but when I see the cover, I forget it. Not like X-Men, but
Beyonder Bites the Dust. And here we go. Secret Wars 2, #1. Another 50 center.
I liked Firestorm as a kid too, but I didn't stick with it. Alberto.
Firestorm. I have some Firestorm books.
Yeah, Secret Wars is coming, and Marvel's reprinting all this stuff too. So
that's true.
Doom 2099. Awesome, bro. I'm reading that actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I think issue 8 of Secret Wars comes out in May. The reprint. The one with Spidey, the classic Spidey, and they're gonna have the holographic version of it.
Yeah. So, cool.
Alpha Big Time #1. I believe that's the first.
Oh, I remember that. Dan Slott.
Or second appearance. Yeah, something like that. Oh, first solo series of Alpha. That's what this is.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, we got some classic Batman, James Tynion stuff, Shadow War. This was. I guess this is a cool cover. Flashpoint Beyond #1.
Yeah, it is.
You got Thomas Wayne instead of Bruce Wayne as the Batman. This was a Jeff Johns story.
Yep.
Here's another Batman Beyond the White Knight.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, awesome. I got some 50-cent ones on that too. You're still doing your 50 cents, right?
Yeah. And here's this. I believe this is the last one I got for 50 cents. This is Batman Beyond Neo Year. So this was like a new Batman Beyond series that started a couple of years ago.
That's why some people don't buy off the shelf. They just wait,
Yeah, if you just wait. I got issue 1, 2, 3. I think I got up to I don't know how long the series went, but I think I got the first 3 issues. And then I'll just finish off my pile here. I only got 3 more books. These are not 50 centers, but this is Star Wars Obi-Wan #1.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, for you Star Wars fans. This, I did not like these books at all. The covers were cool, but this was the second volume of Marauders. So basically, Jerry Dugan left this book to go to X-Men, and Steve Orlando took over. And I feel like this book then went to crazy. It went from being like possibly the best X-Men book to possibly the worst X-Men book.
Yeah, I remember being let down a little bit by that.
Yeah, not that Steve Orlando's.
Daniel, you think Star Wars was terrible? Worth that Obi-Wan? Is that what you were referring to? I kind of felt the same way. Maybe I'm saying that.
And then this was a cute series, Twig.
Might be talking about the.
Oh yeah, I remember Twig.
Yeah, Twig was cool.
Yeah, that was.
Read that online.
Twig, yeah.
The art was neat.
It's trash like the rest of the X books in my opinion.
I do like when Hickman first, started in that limited series, the two different series that were intertwined.
Yeah. But then
loved
it. X books went off the rail. All right, we can. Steve Orlando scripts never work for me. Yeah, Steve Orlando.
They're padded. That's for sure.
Yeah. So not a horrible. Writer.
So that's it. We're gonna wrap. Well, we got 10 minutes. I guess I'll run through some of this stuff that I got here.
All right. Yeah, if you need me to grab more, I can. But go ahead and run.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna run through just a few of these here. We got some Kelly Jones art on this Batman for 50 cents. Really cool cover with a Spectre.
Oh wow!
Awesome.
Kelly Jones.
And like I said, I did buy the supplies to remove these and see how successful I become. But this is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a fine minus anyway. But for 50 cents, I wasn't going to leave it behind like that. Cool, interesting art inside within. Cool stuff. And okay, now we have something that's in poor, maybe good to poor condition, but it's from 1972. I wasn't going to leave it behind for 50 cents. And it is Unexpected issue 140 from DC. I like this was probably a cover buy for me. Like I said, I'm being influenced by other YouTubers now. And the inside does look cool.
Just the fact that 20 center.
Yeah. I wasn't going to leave this behind. You're spending quarters out of your pocket and you're getting stuff like this.
I love the monster. It's such a different thing,
Yeah.
Whether it's made out of electricity or whatever is supposed to be there, but it's.
Yeah. Okay. And I got, actually, it's for 50 cents. It's, I think I was talking about this or texting with either Zodiac or Danielle Comics Embrace someone about Grim Jack. And I got the first one for 50 cents, the premiere issue. So I guess this is a fairly recognized comic series that generally people liked from First. So I love First comics. When I see them, I just grab them. I think they make good trading material too. And I don't have this. I only have a few issues of Grim Jack, but I am collecting it for sure. Pretty cool. Okay, got another Jonah Hex here, issue 24. He's convincing people he's a man of the cloth and doesn't need a gun. Pretty cool.
That'd be one scary looking creature.
Yeah. Good stuff. Wasn't going to leave this behind for 50 cents either. So actually, I think I got this one for $1, but hanging out with Easy Comic Reader. I'm intrigued by what I hear about Jonah Hex, because it's actually like a sci-fi, it turns into weird, wacky sci-fi thrillers too and stuff. So, what else do I got here? Do another Ghost Rider, 1980, 44. Pretty cool. Looking at the crystal ball there. Carmine Infantino. Yeah, I like when hell spawns in the Marvel and DCU turn good and they try their best, and they have mental anguish because of what they've experienced and what they know. And they try to do right anyway. It's pretty cool. What we got here? We got the Punisher issue number 45, 1981. Filthy 50 Center. And he's on top of a car. It's just a cool cover. Todd Smith does the pencils. Chuck Dixon does the writing. I remember reading these as a kid too. Since I was kind of like a Marvel zombie growing up, you guys, I liked Justice League and some Batman, but I stuck with Marvel mostly. Pretty cool. And we were talking about Todd McFarlane, and I guess he does the pencils for this Daredevil issue 41. It's a cool cover. I don't know. It's not the McFarlane that we're used to. I think this is earlier stuff, but it's okay. You hear my cat in the distance. Let's at least get a McFarlane Daredevil going here. Well, cool, you guys. I think I'm going to end it on this one. Yeah. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here. Chaotic Comic Book cover displays and more with friends. Within a couple weeks, Mike, Easy Comic Reader, will be back. But I just want to thank Will and Rob for being here. I want to thank the chat. I had a really good time. It was another busy day for me in my personal life, but I don't think I'm going to stop doing these, man. It's a lot of fun just connecting with you guys and, having the friendships like this. So any parting words you guys want to say, or?
No.
Yeah, I got a couple things. Actually.
Tomorrow, anybody's interested. If anybody's interested, tomorrow I'll be streaming the NFL draft. I'll be having a hangout for the NFL draft tomorrow. So if you're into football, I'll be doing that tomorrow. Cool. Other than that, it's been awesome hanging out, and fun.
Thanks, Will. Thanks. Rob?
All right. First off, I just wanted to shout out Swagda. He's got his own channel, which I didn't realize. when he subscribed to me, I did not subscribe to him because I didn't see any comic book content on his channel. But then he did a video of the prize box that he got from me. And he's got quite a bit of comic book content on there since he had subscribed to me. So check his channel out. He's got a little bit over 50 subscribers, so he needs the support, and he's doing a great job.
Yeah, I'll make sure I'm subbed up to him.
And other than that, I am trying to sell. I'm going to be trying to sell all these magazines for the most part. So if anybody is interested in them, just shoot me an email. My email's in the description of any of my videos. So you can contact with me that way. And,
do we have any moderators? We could do a
just a reminder, I'm not doing the claim sale on Saturday. So this Saturday, I'll be back in. Not this coming Saturday. I'll be back on Free Comic Book Day, which nobody will show up for because they're all going to be out getting free comic books. So I was thinking about that the other day. But other than that, always a pleasure to be here. This is a great place to be and a great stress reliever, and it's fun to be here.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun just chilling out and talking about stuff and not trying to prove anything, just having fun. I really love it.
Yeah, Zodiac's asking if we have a link for swag.
Does someone have a blue wrench in the chat? I'll link it. I don't see any. I'll link underneath mine. So yeah, you guys, I'm still doing the blog spot. I'm still going to do the trading program. It's just a lot of time inputting. The CLZ app is it's not that good actually, because you use it and then you have to double check what you actually have because it doesn't list everything that you scanned into it. And I find that frustrating. So it's a frustrating process putting the stuff into the blog spot, but I am going to release it within a few days, I think, and just do the partial, even if it's a small fraction of my collection. It's going to be on Blogspot, and I'll announce it soon when I do it. So I'm looking forward to the new trading program that Rob, Cheap Comic Collector, actually inspired me to do this way with a Blogspot. And I'm hoping other channels start doing it too. And we'll just fun, just get a bunch of good comics on the cheap and send it to each other, like 20 to 25.
Speaking of that, my trading program is starting back up again on Saturday. That's the video I made to replace the claim sale for this Saturday. So this Saturday and Sunday, it'll all be about the trading program. So
awesome. Yeah. So maybe it'll happen at the same time, or so you're awesome. Bringing it back with brand new comics. So
yeah, all new stuff. I completely gave everything away that was left in the old one. So it's much bigger. It's now 2 boxes instead of 1.
Well, thanks to everyone who watches this on the rewind. Make sure you sub up to Swag, and everyone else. I have in the bottom of my description, I list the comic book channels that I interact with and who I really like and respect. I could list a lot more, but please check them out.
Oh yeah. Before we go, if I could just mention, I am at 697, so I'm 3 away from 700. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who's gotten me that far to this point.
So you're almost up to 700.
Almost at 700. So
wow.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw a thank you out there to all those of you who have made that almost happen. I'm not about the numbers. Like, I'm not trying to get to 1,000 and make money, but it's just cool to be like, wow, almost 700 people have hit that little subscribe button. So,
I like the idea.
It's always fun to go on there and see that number went up instead of the other way.
Right.
Yeah.
When you
next week we'll be on here and I'll be like, guys, I'm at 690.
I've been doing this for about a year and a little over a year, and at a slower pace than a lot of other channels, and yet I'm almost up to 300 subs. So I really appreciate everyone hanging in there with me too. It's a lot of fun. So
thank you, Swagda.
All right, you guys, signing off until next week, unless I might stream in a couple days too, just trying to get through the chaos. You guys know how it is for me right now, but yeah. Thank you for being here, and we're out. Deuces.
See ya.
Right? See you later.
Deuces.